So, you want your balls crushed. That's normal. I mean, relatively speaking. Lots of people have lots of ideas of what they want in their lives and what they want in their sex lives, and this is something you want. Not for me to judge. One big question is it safe? Well, let's say no. Honestly, no, it's not safe. You're having your balls crushed. The name alone tells you what's the problem. But you're going to do it anyway because you're you, and I get that. I appreciate it. I respect it. So, what are your options with that in mind? Well, you've got a few of them. There's the good old hand. You can have your partner wrap their hand around your balls and squeeze really, really, really hard until you want them desperately to stop. And if you're doing this the way most people do it, they're not going to stop, and that's kind of the fun. So hands are a common option, and they're very personal. It allows you to connect very directly with your partner, and hopefully that's what you two are into and why you're doing this. But there's other options. There's the classic feet. Feet are great. Feet are, for some people, a major kink, a major fetish. They're very vital to some people's sex lives. Other people, not so much. They do allow a lot more pressure. Again, pressure is the point, but it's also the scary part. I'm going to remind you, not a professional doctor here, so not giving you medical advice, but you can get a lot of pressure out of the feet, maybe too much. Be careful, know your limits. But then, of course, personal favorite of mine, toys. I'm the toy guy. It's what I do. So there's a lot of different toys you have available to you that can crush your balls for you. One of the things that's nice about the toys like this, the ball crushers, is that they can apply very even pressure, and the pressure can be ramped up over time. It can be lessened. It can be ramped back up. Some of them have electrodes in them, so you can shock your balls at the same time. Your partner can. So you've got a lot of different options there that you can apply at the same time to give yourself the best ball crushing experience, and then you can ease back off of it and kind of find that level. Maybe you can mark the screws and figure out, okay, this is my limit today, this is my limit tomorrow, and your partner knows just how far they can go, or maybe they can push it a little bit further if you're good with that sort of thing. So toys are great, but there are some questions you should ask yourself before you even progress with this. Do you have any risky physical conditions, such as a spermatocele, that's like a cyst on your vas deferens? I mean, that can rupture far more easily than your testicles can rupture and could be a problem. So you might want to check that out. Then again, you should be checking out your balls regularly for any sorts of abnormalities and get them checked out. Have you and your partner discussed your tolerances and expectations? That's really important. You need to make sure you understand what your limits are or what you think your limits are, and your partner has to be on the same page with you. Do you have a safe word picked out that's both known to you and your partner, and really drill it in there? It's one thing for people just in the moment to go, watermelon, and then 5 minutes later when your balls are aching pain, you don't remember it was watermelon. Was it cantaloupe? Was it honeydew? What was it? So make sure you both know and repeat those safe words a bunch of times. Are you both sober? Now, it just seems like a silly question because it's a good chance you weren't sober when you got into this. I mean, it's one of those ideas that's like, I want my balls crushed. It sounds like a drunk idea. Don't do these things drunk. Make sure at least one of you, and it should be the person doing the crushing, is sober, but preferably both of you. You should be in your right minds. You do not want to go into a situation like this that could be life-altering without being in your right mind. Can your partner drive you to hospital? Part of the sober thing, but maybe they don't have a driver license. I don't know. I don't know the situation of the person you're with. Hopefully they're of age. They better be of age. But point being, make sure they can drive you to a hospital if things go really, really wrong, which it's possible. Again, I don't consider this safe. Potentially fun, not necessarily safe. Have you known your partner for more than an hour? Kind of important to actually know this person. I know some people love to hire people for this, and that's up to you and the laws where you are, but realistically, this is personal, this is dangerous, this is risky. Know this person really well. Is there any reason they may hold a grudge against you? Make sure that this is the person you really want squeezing, stepping on, or crushing your balls. Maybe there could be an ulterior motive. Have you forgotten any important holidays recently? Is there anything that might give them a reason to be extra pissed off with you and therefore your balls? Do they even like balls? I mean, come on, a lot of people don't. They're kind of potentially gross to some people. Some people are not into them. This might be their opportunity to take out those decades of uncomfortableness with balls on yours. Speaking of yours, do they even like your balls? Think about that very carefully. What have you done to make them desire those balls just a little bit less than you do? Did they laugh way too hard at Old America's Funniest Home Videos? You remember? You remember all those footballs and knees and stairways to the groin? Did they find those slightly funnier than you did? Kind of a red flag for a partner. Did they agree to crush your balls suspiciously quickly, possibly with a huge smile on their face? Again, red flag. Have they ever grabbed your balls during sex and sighed loudly while shaking their heads? Red flag. And lastly, will their lives actually be worse off tomorrow if your balls are reduced to the consistency of toothpaste? Think about it carefully. Do they care about your balls as much as you do? After that, just have fun. Have a great time. Enjoy getting your balls crushed. This is the experience you asked for, right? I hope you asked for it. If you didn't, maybe pick a different choice.